Hey there everybody, welcome into my full review of the DJI Air 3. Some negatives, a lot of positives, so let's dig right in. The first negative is, and it's maybe not even a negative for everybody, but I've never had a fast charger before, so no need or use for it, but the drone does not come with it, and if you try to charge your batteries without a fast charger, you're going to be waiting maybe light years. I plugged my batteries in, and overnight I got one total cell and a full night's 7-hour, 8-hour sleep. So pretty important that, you know, if you're going to be buying this drone, you're definitely going to have to buy one of these fast chargers. I got the Anker at Walmart. It was about 49 bucks. Quite worth it though, because it charges all of my batteries that use that micro C-plug. The other downfall is the remote. The remote, it touts a 3 to 4 hour battery life, and real world I'm getting about an hour and a half. That may be due to the fact that I'm doing a lot of screen recording. I'm putting this thing through the ringer, but it's something to definitely look at and keep an eye on. My Mini 3 remote, I was getting 4 to 5 hours on that. Really not a problem. Not the biggest deal breaker in the world, but something to think about if you chose to maybe get the RCN1 instead of the RC remote. The other negative I have is this drone is awesome in its construction, but the bag they give you, it's nice. I didn't want to do a review of the bag. The one thing I have to talk about is these propellers, and they have such soft, tips on them, that when you go to put it in a bag, they get stuck. It's a problem getting the drone in the bag without getting your propeller stuck, and it's a time-consuming issue. It's not, like I said, it's not a deal breaker, but just be advised that you're going to have to find something that's a little bit bigger. Let's get on to the positives. If you want the major positive right now, I'm going to tell you it is this dual camera. The stack sensor inside of it is absolutely giving me good footage. I've done a couple of short videos where I've done some hyperlapses of the clouds. I caught a rainbow the other night. I've also been shooting in D-Log. I have not edited any of that video, and I'll be putting a couple pieces at the end of this video just so that you can see some of the great footage I'm getting from this drone. The construction is terrific. It is everything that they're advertising it to be as far as flight and obstacle avoidance. I'm not going to be one of those guys that's going to go ahead and say, oh, you know what, let me fly this through a forest of all little tiny twigs. No, but I have flown it in some tight areas. I have tested its obstacle avoidance abilities, especially the soccer field. Going right up to a net, that's one of the hardest things for obstacle avoidance to usually catch. Caught it right away, drone stops. When you have it in bypass mode, this thing really moves. It's agile. It's not fast when it moves, but it's agile enough that it gets out of the way and then continues to move. Point of view and spotlight, this thing does it all. I mean, it keeps track of what you're trying to follow, whether it's you or another subject, and the drone really, it operates at a great rate. One thing I really love about this is, unlike the Mavic Air 2, which I don't have a 2S, so let's get that straight right now. I have a Mavic Air 2. That had the spotlight, and I'm sure the 2S does too. This is the first one that you can be up in the air and you can turn it on. So when you're out there doing night flight, yeah, you're going to have your 3 statute mile light on top. But when you're trying to go ahead and physically land this, you want to go ahead and turn that light on. It shines a really nice light down for you so that you can see the drone coming down to you. Another positive is these propellers, they are very easy to change out. And the stability of this thing is just top notch. Also, let's talk about DJI's advertisement of 46 minutes. Yeah, we all know that that's in a perfect world inside of a building in the best conditions. I'm finding that this drone is somewhere between 28 and 36 minutes. Depends on what you're doing. If you're doing a lot of hyperlapse in heavy wind, it's going to take time. I did a whole 30-second hyperlapse in a 28-mile-an-hour wind, and it, you know, brought the battery down fast, and that was my 28-minute flight. But the time that I was going around, just catching some video, taking some pictures, testing it out in sport mode for a little bit, testing it out in city and in normal, I was getting about 36 minutes. Real world, here in southern New Jersey, we get a lot of wind, so, you know, I'm going to take that as a win. My Mini 3 Pro only averages about 29 to 31 minutes. My Mavic Air 2, with its 19 to 23 minutes, is just dull. So this is much better for me. If I can get 3 batteries to give me 30 minutes, that's an hour-and-a-half session. That should be more than enough. And overall, this drone it does everything they advertise it to do. I'm not worried about the sensor size of the camera. 1/1/3, 4/3. It doesn't matter. It's what the technology inside is, and this drone seems to have all the capabilities to do what the bigger and better sensor drones do. The one thing I am disappointed about at the time of this video is DJI did a great job of getting this drone out, you know, put it together. Everything looks nice. The ND filters are not available right now, out of stock on DJI's website, and then on the secondary market, they are absolutely gutting people, charging $130, $150. I wish that they would have had enough of their accessory products available for this drone. But if you're in the market for a drone and you can afford to buy this drone, it's a no-brainer. So if you're flying a Mini 2, Mini 3 Pro, Mavic 3, Mavic 3 Classic, Mavic 3 Pro, maybe you have a DJI Air 3 already, stay safe, drones up, and soar the sky. Radar Rob out.